The first new moon of 2024 occurs in practical, grounded, and ambitious Capricorn on Thursday, January 11th. Ruled by Saturn in a sextile to Jupiter, fresh from its retrograde, it connects realism with optimism and blesses us with sound judgment and dedication necessary to reach our goals. This new moon truly says that if you commit, make a plan, and work hard, anything is possible and nothing is off limits. I'm here to break it down and tell you what it means for your sign. My name is Anastasia. I'm a traditional Western astrologer specializing in natal, relationship, and predictive readings. If you like my work, please support me by leaving a like or a comment, subscribing, and pressing that notification bell. All of that helps, however small it seems, encourages the audience to see my channel, encourages it to grow. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I have recently hit a milestone of 10,000 and now we are at 11,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. Additionally, if you'd like to support me, you also have the option of buying me a coffee. That is very appreciated as well. Before we dive in, I am currently running a 2024 year ahead special. It's active until the end of January. You can save $20 of the in-person consultation with me with a coupon code down below, or you can save $40 by purchasing a recorded reading. The discount is already built in and you can find that in the shop section of my website. Additionally, on my website in the shop, you can find my 2024 planner. It is discounted. You can save $5 off of that. Use the code down below. It has 225 pages filled with major insights about the year to come, guiding you through every step of the way, helping you make decisions, helping you know when to take action or when to take it easy. Definitely check it out. I put a lot of love and attention and care into this, so it could be a beautiful tool for you as you navigate the year to come or the year that's already here. How was your New Year's, guys? Did you have a good time or did you experience Venus in a square to Saturn, which for me, I ended up catching a cold, so that has been frustrating. And for some other people, I know someone who had like a toothache. I know somebody who had issues in a relationship. So the new year had a bit of a mixed bag energy, but I hope you still were able to enjoy it. So let's talk about this new moon. It occurs at 20 degrees 44 minutes Capricorn. So especially important if you have placements between 17 and 23, 24 degrees cardinal signs, and that is Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra. And the exact time is 6:57 a.m. Eastern on Thursday, January 11th. So the new moon is happening in Capricorn, right? What else is, just in general, let's talk about the new moon in Capricorn, right? Capricorn is the sign that is very rational, very grounded, earthy, pragmatic, and realistic. So the goals we're setting in motion right now, they're not going to be like, dreams of Pisces, something that's not grounded. They can be very much professionally oriented. Capricorn is very ambitious. They can be connected to real estate, to sort of material things, tangible things that you can touch. It's a great time to focus on wealth creation, to research any sort of structures you want to build, like if you're working on your business, if you're working on buying stocks, if you're working on starting a savings account or starting a retirement plan, like all of that is beautiful right now, together with business, together with, Capricorn is an opposite sign to Cancer, and Capricorn is very nostalgic in a lot of ways and very family oriented, very traditional in some regards. So setting intentions and focusing on like building a family or building some kind of community and relationships is also highly likely at this time. The new moon is co-present with Pluto and Mars. Pluto is completing the journey through Capricorn. So at this point, it's about 9 degrees away from the new moon. So it's a pretty wide orb. But I see this as the new beginnings that come out of lessons you have been learning since 2008. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. changing structures, changing the way we see boundaries, changing our relationships, Of course, a lot will depend on the house Capricorn is in your chart, but there's wisdom, there is lessons, there is long sort of history there, something that's not completely brand new, but something that you have been maybe mulling over for a while. Mars is here. Mars has entered Capricorn on January 4th, so it's like fresh energy in Capricorn. Mars is blessing us with strategy, with courage, with determination, with awareness of how to maximize the opportunities that are given to us. It's not the fastest to jump into things, so this new moon has this sort of slow and steady wins the race approach. But Mars in Capricorn is highly ambitious, highly persevering, highly strategic, good with the hands, very sort of militant about following the rules that you have set for yourself. So focus on this new moon. We're still close to the new year. You know, people set intentions. If you're not someone who sets intentions, you can still figure out some kind of strategy for yourself in terms of reaching your goals, because Mars in Capricorn right now guarantees that if you have a clear plan in mind, you will reach it. There is also a square to the lunar nodes, which is quite fascinating. A lot of times the square to the nodes suggests that there is some karmic involvement, and as we know, North Node is currently in Aries and South Node is in Libra. And so the new moon in Capricorn is in a square to the node, which is, you know, highlighting the importance of past lessons. Once again, it's highlighting the importance of emotions and nurturance and taking care of yourself and not just rushing into things, because North Node in Aries will point you in the direction of just taking action. The big, definitely, like, I definitely see the strong karmic ties here and the questions of like, what can be transformed? Where do you need to be more strategic in order to get you to the goal of North Node and Aries, which is ultimately more freedom and independence? So some questions for you. I really like that the ruler, Saturn, is in Pisces. It's trining Jupiter, and Saturn is ruled by Jupiter because Jupiter is a traditional ruler of Pisces. So Saturn is in charge of the new moon. It's making a harmonious sextile to Jupiter, which is all about growth, abundance, and expansion. And so here we have the stern Saturn, sort of, you know, the more conservative, more realistic energy with the optimistic, fun Jupiter. And you can grow through taking, it's very much the growth-oriented new moon, but you're also cautious, you're also pragmatic, you're also realistic. You have sound judgment, you have natural timing. So chances of you maximizing opportunities, building opportunities for yourself are high at this time. So growth, like I said, could be seen in your career, in your business, in your finances, in like making sort of important investments in yourself, into your resources, into your career. So not the fastest new moon, but exciting, positive, and very successful. So I would take a notepad and write some things that you're interested in, focus on some new beginnings around this time for sure. So let's take a look at all 12 signs and describe what this might mean for you. If you are an Aries rising, there's a new moon in your 10th house ruled by Saturn in the 12th and a sextile to Jupiter in the 2nd. You are experiencing professional new beginnings. You are growing in your public life. Your reputation is changing. Maybe something you have used to be known for. Maybe you have been a doctor and now you're changing to become a business owner, right? Like maybe you're still a doctor, but now you're owning your own business. You may be taking on more leadership roles, right? You may be starting new partnerships. Mars is right here. It rules your first house of identity. So very active, very sort of, you are the one who's creating your own destiny. Mars also rules your 8th house. So changes around agreements with other people, changes around resources. You give me, sorry. Like I said, I did catch a cold, so Please be patient with me as I need to drink more tea. So yeah, resources of other people, changing dynamics with other people, paying off debts, clearing your karma, clearing your karmic sort of mental space. The ruler is Saturn in the 12th, sextiling Jupiter in the 2nd. So I can see this being financially very beneficial. I can see this involving 12th house topics. So spirituality, imagination, healing, taking on different role professionally that maybe somehow puts you behind the scenes or connects you with your inner world, allows you to explore and present a different side of yourself, maybe a more spiritual side of yourself, maybe a more imaginative side of yourself. The sextile to Jupiter in the 2nd house is lovely because it promises financial growth and inner confidence, abundance mentality, expansion in the world, right? Kind of success through being more aligned with who you are, but also being financially rewarded. I could also see this with Saturn in the 12th house as a need to let something go. So maybe you're letting go of the old version of yourself, or letting go of the old version of your job, letting go of a bad habit, even if that means being self-critical and sort of shooting yourself in the foot and overthinking everything in order to have a better professional flow is highly likely here. So ask yourself, what is holding you back? What needs to be released? If you are a Taurus rising, there is a new moon in your 9th house, which is suggestive of the spiritual new beginnings, of philosophical new beginnings, of the changes in your attitude and your mindset. New moon in the 9th house could be the time when you discover a new life philosophy, you discover a new religion, a new sort of way of being. And this could take, this could spread out in multiple areas of your life. This could be about eating healthier. This could be about getting more sleep. This could be literally about discovering Buddhism, right? Mars is here. It rules your 12th house and your 7th house. So the philosophy could have to do with your mental health. It could have to do with your relationships. Maybe your view of relationships is transforming, your view of being in a relationship. Maybe there's some kind of new developments romantically as well. The ruler is Saturn in your 11th house. It sextiles Jupiter in the 1st. And the 9th house also is the place of education. It's the place of travel. It's the place of writing. So with the new moon here, especially with Saturn in the 11th and Jupiter in the 1st, I see you taking on a more visible role. I see you sharing your knowledge with the community, becoming more influential in the community, right? So the changes are occurring in the house of faith, education, religion, travel, but they're ruled by Saturn in the 11th. So you are going through this inner transformation of your dreams, of your relationships, of your networks, of your role in the world. And so perhaps the role you're taking will involve any of the 9th house things I mentioned, right? Like maybe it's about becoming a teacher. Maybe it's about finding a group that has similar beliefs as you. Because Saturn in the 11th can have this tendency to limit friendships, limit connections, not because you're losing friends, in some cases maybe, but not always because you're losing friends. At times it could be because you're moving away from your friends and you're just not in the same city anymore. So the new moon in the 9th, ruled by Saturn in the 11th, sextile Jupiter in the 1st, what kind of action can you take in order to connect with groups better, in order to influence groups, and in order to find people who are more aligned with you and your dreams, right? Because 11th house is also your dreams. So you're looking at your beliefs around friendships and dreams, at your maybe even education you need to take in order to get you there, and at your personal initiative. And if you'd like to take advantage of my year ahead special, you can still save $20 off the in-person consultation and $40 of the recorded reading. Links and information down below. It lasts until the end of January. Also, please let me know how this resonates down below. If you are a Gemini rising, there's a new moon in your 8th house ruled by Saturn in the 10th, sextile Jupiter in the 12th. So the new moon in the 8th house is suggestive of new beginnings in the sector of shared resources, debts, taxes, karma, therapy. So new beginning here could suggest that you are starting some kind of new financial strategy, right? Maybe you're paying off debts, maybe you're filing taxes, maybe you're looking for a different accountant, or like either getting in debt or freeing yourself from debt is a possibility here. The ruler being Saturn in the 10th reads to me as the goal of your sort of search for freedom or your search for new partnerships is professional. So Saturn in the 10th house calls you to bring professional change into your life. It sextiles Jupiter in the 12th. So the professional change could involve more imaginative work, maybe more creative work, maybe more spiritual type pursuits. And so the new moon in the 8th house is really asking a question like, what kind of resources do you need? Where do you need to ask for help? Where do you need to get a loan in order to start a business, right? Versus also which agreements and relationships are maybe holding you back, and where do you need to let something go? Where do you need to free yourself? The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of your 11th and the 6th house. So that's also sort of similar themes of working towards new dreams, freeing yourself from the past, maybe transforming some kind of dependency. It could also be like a mental health block that you need to address that is perhaps tying you too much to other people. Like, is there something that you are too attached to, something where you're too afraid to maybe make the changes because you're afraid of what people would think? So the invitation here is to examine your relationships and connections with other people and to choose yourself. And if you'd like to know what 2024 has in store for you, take advantage of my year ahead special. It lasts until the end of January. You can save $20 of the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 of the recorded year ahead reading in the shop section of my website. And please let me know how this resonates in the comments down below. For the lovely Cancer risings, there's a new moon in your 7th house, which is exciting for relationships, for partnerships of romantic or professional kind. New contracts, new agreements, new dynamics in relationships are possible. We did have Mercury retrograding in your 6th and 7th houses, so there could have been some changes around your romantic relationships. Maybe you've renegotiated something. Maybe you've addressed some kind of problems in a relationship. I could also see this, I could very much see this as like a professional relationship, a professional partnership, and maybe a need to revisit it and rethink some of the rules. So either romantic or business. The ruler is Saturn in the 9th house. It sextiles Jupiter in the 11th. So you're looking at your dreams and your sort of desires that involve the 9th house topics, which is education, travel, writing, publishing, becoming a lawyer, becoming a philosopher, becoming a person who influences and shapes the minds of other people, becoming a translator, potentially, right? So the new moon in the 7th house, how do your relationships need to change in order to help you get there, right? And be that romantic, be that professional relationships, what new agreements are required? The new moon in the 7th house could also be affecting your partner quite significantly. Maybe the partner is going through some kind of important personal transformation. And it is co-present with Mars, the ruler of your 10th and 5th houses. So another sort of indicator of professional focus, professional development, professional connections and relationships that forward your ambition and your desire for the future. And if you'd like to know what the year ahead has in store for you, take advantage of my 2024 year ahead reading special. It lasts until the end of January. You can save $20 on the in-person consultation or $40 off the recorded reading. Links and information is down below. For Leo risings, there's a new moon in your 6th house. It's ruled by Saturn in the 8th, sextile Jupiter in the 10th. Very professionally oriented new moon. So the new moon in the 6th house, I think, is inquiring or asking you to look at your routines, to look at your habits at work and in your personal life, and see what needs to be built up versus what needs to be torn down. If we're talking about personal wellness, this could have to do with going to sleep earlier. This could be drinking more water. This could be exercising. If we're talking about professional life, maybe you need to start speaking up about what you want, right? Maybe you need to have a better flow. Maybe you need to declutter your desk, right? There might be some doctor's appointments you need to make. But 6th house is very much a problem-solving house. The ruler is Saturn in the 8th, sextiles Jupiter in the 10th. So you have these goals professionally. You have a desire to expand. You have a desire for change. You feel ready and optimistic. But Saturn in the 8th house says that there is still some sort of karmic questions that you need to address. There is maybe debts you have to pay. So with the new moon in the 6th house, how can you be more organized with your resources, with your time, with your health, with your energy, in order to have a better chance at reaching those dreams? So take a look at your health, take a look at your routines, release some bad habits, and embrace some new ones potentially. And chances are that these will have to do with your job, with your wellness, with your financial well-being as well. The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of your 9th and 4th houses. So the dreams that you are tackling and the work matters that you're tackling could be connected to writing. They could be connected to teaching, going back to school, or becoming a teacher. There might be a need for some kind of mental shift, some kind of philosophical transformation even around home, family, and living situation, right? What kind of things that you're doing maybe for other people too much, where you're not investing in yourself. Some of the questions that this new moon is asking. Let me know how this resonates, and take advantage of my 2024 year ahead special. Get your 2024 year ahead reading at a discounted price until the end of January. You can save $20 on the in-person consultation with the coupon code down below, or you can save even more, $40, by getting a recorded reading in the shop section of my website. Information is down there. If you are a Virgo rising, there's a new moon in your 5th house ruled by Saturn in the 7th, sextiling Jupiter in the 9th. Bringing new beginnings surrounding love, surrounding pleasure, surrounding creativity, and children, or joy in general. So the new moon in Capricorn could bring your attention to new projects that are likely to feed the fire within you and get you excited about them. And these could be romantic projects, right? It's the house of children. So you might be interested in getting pregnant. You might be interested in starting a relationship. So this new moon can herald a beginning of a new chapter in your life, when you go on more dates, when you maybe have more fun. Maybe you let yourself off the hook a little bit and you let loose a little bit, right? Like maybe you explore, maybe you add some creativity into your life. The ruler is Saturn in the 7th. So the new beginnings definitely feel like connected to relationships and partnerships. It sextiles Jupiter in the 9th. So starting a partnership, starting like a business partnership that involves writing, that involves education, travel, publishing, philosophy, religious sort of exploration is likely. Maybe you're learning together with your partner about sexuality. Maybe you're taking some like new classes and exploring new topics that have to do with dating. Romantic new beginnings. Dating also, like kind of connecting with someone who is maybe older than you, somebody who is a teacher or someone who's foreign is a possibility here as well. And I think, the fact that ruler is Saturn in the 7th house, it sextiles Jupiter in the ninth, I feel like things could have been quite like heavy and serious in your relationship life. Whether it's because you have been dealing with a lot or your partner has been dealing with a lot. And this new moon in the 5th house, the fact that it also ties to Jupiter in the 9th, is encouraging you to shake things up a little bit, to go out dancing, to bring some spontaneity into your life, to, kind of invite a perspective shift. You don't always have to make huge adjustments to a relationship. Sometimes like simple fun and invitation to go dancing or to hang out with your friends or to, learn something new with your partner together could suffice. The new moon is also co-present with Mars, the ruler of your 8th and the 3rd. So some kind of important conversations I can see happening at this time, and changes to your give and take dynamics is a possibility here. And if you'd like to know what's ahead for you in 2024, take advantage of my year ahead special. Until the end of January, you can save $20 on the in-person consultation or save $40 on the recorded reading in the shop section of my website. Links and information is down below. My beautiful Libra risings, there's a new moon in your 4th house, and it's ruled by Saturn in the 6th, sextile Jupiter in the 8th. New moon in the 4th is suggestive of physical changes in the home, moving, rearranging the furniture, rearranging your space, making adjustments, doing some kind of home improvement, home renovation project, moving to a different place. 4th house rules family, so I can see family coming to live with you, or maybe family members moving out. Starting a family, moving in with your partner maybe is a possibility here. 4th house is also a very spiritual place in a sense that it describes what makes us comfortable, and comfort is different for different people. So the new moon here could also be about finding peace in a spiritual project, finding peace in being on your own, right? Pluto is completing the journey through your 4th house since 2008. You've gone through a lot of changes and transformations and perhaps death and rebirth in the sector of home, family, and living situations. So this new moon could be about the appreciation you have for your perseverance and your strength and stamina. The ruler of Saturn in the 6th, sextiling Jupiter in the 8th, reads to me as an investment into maybe buying a home, maybe you're getting a mortgage, you're sort of working through some kind of obstacles with the ruler in the 6th house, but the sextile to Jupiter in the 8th brings a reward. Getting an inheritance is a possibility. Getting some kind of financial support from your family is likely too. The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of the 7th and the 2nd. So once again, themes of money, themes of relationships, themes of like maybe new developments in relationships, like moving in together, is likely here. Maybe, with the sextile to Jupiter in the 8th, you get a mortgage, you get approved for a loan, or you win a lottery or something that allows you to see new beginnings in your relationship and a chance to move with your partner. Let me know how this resonates and take advantage of my 2024 year ahead deal. It lasts until the end of January. You can currently save $20 on the in-person year ahead reading, or you can save $40 on the recorded year ahead reading. Links and information down below. If you are a Scorpio rising, there's a new moon in your 3rd house. It's ruled by Saturn in the 5th, sextile Jupiter in the 7th. New moon in the 3rd is interesting because there are so many connections to the house of children, love, relationships, partnerships. So on one level, I'm reading this as new beginnings in communication, new beginnings in how you handle problems between you and your romantic interests. There might be new beginnings in your schedule, in your everyday life, connected to becoming a parent, connected to getting engaged, getting married, starting a new relationship. Changes in business are also likely if you are on the path towards becoming a business owner, right? Because third house represents business and skills and hobbies. So on some level, you're taking ownership of that. And you're, with Saturn in the fifth house, you're birthing something into life. And of course, this could be connected to actually becoming a parent, or this could be a sign of starting a business, starting a passion project. You're working, you're getting very structured about your creativity, about your self-expression, about your passions, and you're also joining forces with other people. So the new moon is a lovely time to reach out to friends, to make a business official, to come up with a schedule, to come up with a motto for your business, to figure out the color palette, right? To deal with all these pesky details that are necessary and important when it comes to starting a business, launching a blog, and communication, and changes in the lives of siblings. Maybe even starting a partnership with a sibling or a neighbor is likely here. The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of your sixth and your first houses, which could be a sign of new projects, self-discovery, work changes. Maybe you're even changing your routine to have better health. Maybe you're sort of investing into your well-being in that way. Let me know how this resonates and take advantage of my year ahead special. You can currently save $20 on the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 off the recorded reading in the shop section of my website. Find out what 2024 has in store for you. Links and information are down below. For my lovely Sagittarius risings, there's a new moon in your second house. It's ruled by Saturn in the fourth, sextiles Jupiter in the sixth. So very immediately, like, what's happening with your real estate situation? What's happening with your home? Is there a need to spend money on the home? Or are you making more money from your property? Are you sort of renting it out maybe, or subletting it? So some kind of transformation around family, real estate, property. The new moon in the second house is suggestive of new beginnings in your finances. It could suggest making a big purchase, a big investment. It could also suggest changes to how much money you're making. Maybe you're asking for a raise. But the fact that the ruler is in the fourth house is a sign that you're either investing money into your living situation, or you're getting some kind of benefits coming to you from your living situation. Being sort of more strategic about money, coming up with some kind of strategy that lets you have a more abundant mindset is a possibility here. Building your confidence, right? Like sort of building your confidence up to ask for a raise, or getting ready to transform the way you do work. I think your ambition is very strong in this at this time, with Capricorn season highlighting your second house. On some level, also actually, with the ruler being in the fourth house, you may start to prioritize peace, rest, and just sort of have a bit of a mindset shift over here. The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of the 5th and 12th houses, which adds the element of, like we're still talking about the new moon in the house of money and values. And co-presence with Mars ruling the 5th and the 12th could suggest that your values and your money are also going towards pleasure and love and children and escape on some level, right? Because Mars is here, rules the 12th house. So escaping, retreating, having a better flow, and either investing money into it or just like focusing on it is a possibility here. Please let me know how this resonates. And if you'd like to find out what the year ahead has in store for you, take advantage of my special that ends at the end of January. You can save $20 on the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 off the recorded year ahead reading. Links and information down below. For my beautiful Capricorn risings, there's a new moon in your first house, and it's ruled by Saturn in the 3rd, sextiles Jupiter in the 5th. So if anyone has been through a lot with Pluto being in Capricorn since 2008, it's you guys, right? You've been through a lot of transformations and change, and you have learned a lot about yourself, and you have learned how to stand apart, right? What you're still learning, though, with Saturn in the third house, you're learning how to be verbal about, about what you want and what you desire. You're learning how to express your feelings in written form and how to be creative, right? Or how to connect better with your romantic partner. So the new moon in the first house is encouraging you to focus on personal growth. There might be changes to the way you look. There might be changes to the way you dress, changes to your body, right? Maybe you're getting better at exercising, and the ruler of Saturn, Saturn in the third house, is encouraging you to have a more strict, sort of solid rules and routines. But it's, I feel like there's also a sense of like communication changes and like changes in regards of how you express yourself. Changes also kind of taking more ownership of your skills and your interests is a possibility here with the Saturn ruling the third. Maybe you are like Saturn in the third via transit is a period of like very heavy, serious thinking about like, who am I? What do I want? What is the best use of my knowledge in this world, right? So the transformations you're going through internally could be connected to starting a business, could be connected to changing your body, changing your look, becoming more of a writer, and also, like I said, changing the way you communicate, whether it's for professional purposes or for romantic purposes. The sextile to Jupiter in the fifth brings in the topics of love, creativity, children, and so the changes that you're going through can also be connected to becoming a parent, to entering in a new relationship, and understanding that you need to transform the way you talk to your partner. Maybe even new creative projects, right? The new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of your 4th and 11th, which ties in your past, your family karma, and your new dreams. So internal and external transformations that have very deep roots and are in a way a celebration of how far you've come and how much you've grown since 2008. Let me know how this resonates, and if you'd like to know what the year ahead has in store for you, take advantage of my discounted price. It's active until the end of January. You can get $20 off the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 of the recorded reading. Links and coupon codes are in the description. If you are an Aquarius rising, there's a new moon in your 12th house ruled by Saturn in the 2nd, sextiling Jupiter in the 4th. And this new moon is actually asking you, what do you need to release? And maybe you're releasing something connected to money. Maybe you're releasing and transforming something connected to family. I wonder if there's like, a mindset around money and mindset around resources, sort of like a lack mentality or some fears you need to release. There may also be questions of your confidence that you need to work on building. The new moon in the 12th house, ruled by Saturn in the 2nd, brings attention to your inner world, to your blocks, like mental or literal blocks. It could bring attention to your, things I said, like fears, your lack of confidence in certain things, and will encourage you to find support in the shape of like therapy. The new moon in this 12th house could be perfect for like investing into therapy, learning about meditation, learning about yoga, sort of like connecting with your spiritual self. It could be the time when you're getting away potentially, and you're I know an Aquarius rising who's going on a month-long vacation in Thailand, so that's beautiful, right? So the new moon in the 12th house could be about like finding retreat and escape from the busyness of life, releasing bad habits, kind of investing into healthier habits is likely. The presence of the ruler being Saturn in the 2nd, sextiling Jupiter in the 4th, makes me wonder if, there is... I feel like there might be some kind of home, family, and living situation transformation that you're going through. Maybe it's a changing dynamic in the family where you're learning to stand up for yourself and set up healthier boundaries. Maybe you're investing in a home. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you're like, you're going on vacation and you're loving it so much that you're deciding to relocate to this country. We'll see if the Thailand person ends up moving to Thailand. But yeah, like transforming the sort of lack mentality, transforming outdated beliefs around that come from your childhood, something that maybe you believed for a really long time. Healing childhood wounds is all beautiful here. Let me know how this resonates and take advantage of my year ahead special. Until the end of January, you can save $20 on the in-person consultation, or you can save $40 on the recorded year ahead reading that is tailored uniquely to you and has a PDF connected to it that breaks down everything that's important and can help you navigate the year better. Check out the information down below. Now, if you are a Pisces rising, there's a new moon in your 11th house ruled by Saturn in the first, sextiling Jupiter in the third. New moon in the 11th brings change and new beginnings in your networks. So finding new friends, finding new like-minded individuals that maybe are more aligned with you. The ruler is Saturn in the first, and you are going through this very serious period of maturation, right? Your time is claimed by all the things that you're busy doing. Maybe you've been working extra hard, maybe you've been taking care of your health more, and so new beginnings in the 11th house could be suggestive of you needing to connect with people who will support you on that journey, people who will be understanding and also more aligned with your interests. There could be new dreams that you're exploring that are also connected with Saturn being in your first house, and sextiling Jupiter in the third. Maybe you're thinking of starting a business, maybe you're thinking of starting a writing project, maybe you're starting a blog or a YouTube channel. Some kind of new beginnings, new dreams that connect you to other people, that help you maybe even influence other people. Reaching out to people who can help you get to where you're trying to go, right? Even if it means asking someone which teacher is right for you as you're signing up for a class, or that means talking to a business advisor or some kind of specialist is likely here. The sextile to Jupiter in the third to me is also suggestive of your mindset shift, of your everyday life changing, of your immediate environment transforming, but very much the new moon in the 11th, right? Who do you need to surround yourself with? What action do you need to take in order to help you get to where you're trying to go? And the new moon is co-present with Mars, the ruler of the second and the ninth, so the dreams and the projects and new beginnings may involve education, travel, financial stability, business once again, and some kind of growth, and perhaps even a need to step outside of your comfort zone. Legal matters could be a possibility here too. Maybe you're reaching out to a friend who knows a lawyer that you need. Let me know how this resonates and take advantage of my 2024 year ahead special until the end of January. Save $20 on the in-person consultation, or save $40 on the recorded reading in the shop section of my website. Links and information can be found in the description. And thank you for being here. We are officially in 2024. I'm excited. There is some beautiful astrology to look forward to, not without challenges, but this new moon is a good one. So I'll talk to you very soon. Thank you again for appreciating my work, for all the likes and the comments and the thanks. You guys are the best. Bye.